Mrs. Hauser here with Unit 1, Lesson 5, Bisectors. What you need to know from this unit is how to apply properties of a bisector to segments and angles, and how to solve problems involving bisectors. So if I look at this problem, they tell me that UD bisects a line segment SY at T. So that means when I say bisects, it means that it cuts a segment or angle, because we'll deal with those in a bit, into two congruent segments, or when we're dealing with angles, angles. So I know that ST is congruent to TY. Then they go ahead and they tell me that ST is 6K plus 8, and TY is 4K plus 8. I just want to make a little side note that T is actually our midpoint because it cuts it in half. I then know that ST would be congruent to TY, and therefore the lengths of those segments would be equal. So I can set up the equation 6K plus 8 is equal to 4K plus 8, and I could solve it. Would subtract 4K from each side, and then I would get 2K plus 8 equals 8. I would subtract 8 from each side, and I would get 2K equals 0, which would mean that K is actually equal to 0. Great, so I have to substitute that value in to find ST and TY. So 6 times 0 plus 8 is really just 0 plus 8, or 8. And 4 times 0 plus 8 is really just 0 plus 8, or 8. So I know that ST is equal to 8 and TY is equal to 8. It's okay that my K value is equal to 0 because K actually doesn't represent the length of anything. It's just a variable in an expression. ST has a length of 8 and TY has a length of 8. I can also apply these concepts to angles. So when I look at this, they tell me ray RT bisects angle QRS. That means that QRT is congruent to TRS. So if I wanted to set up an equation, I would say that these two angle measures are equal. Then I would solve this equation. And I would get that x is equal to 3. But that's not what they're asking for. They're asking for TRS and QRS. Well, TRS is this angle right here with the 11x plus 9. So that would actually be 11 times 3 plus 9, or 33 plus 9, which is 42. And if they ask for the entire angle, this whole larger piece, then I know that this piece would be 42, and this one would also have to be 42 because they have to be equal, so it would be 84. So the measure of angle TRS is equal to 42, and the measure of angle QRS is equal to 84. On this last one, they tell me that NP bisects MNO, which means that PNO is congruent to MNP. They tell me that the whole angle, MNO, is 10x plus 20. I know that MNP has to be the same as PNO, so I can say that that angle is also equal to 8x plus 14. So then I can set up the equation 8x minus 14 plus 8x minus 14 is equal to 10x plus 20. I would combine like terms and get 16x minus 28 is equal to 10x plus 20. I would subtract 10x from each side and get that 6x minus 28 is equal to 20. I'd then add 28 to both sides, and I would get 6x equals 48, or x equals 8. Now that I've found x equals 8, I can find any of the other angles I'm looking for. For example, if I were to find PNO, I would substitute in 8, and I would get 64 minus 14, which would be 50. That would also make this angle over here 50, which would make the whole thing 100. That would be correct because when I substitute 8 in to the entire angle, I get 80 plus 20, which is 100. That's it for bisectors. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by and see me. Have a good day.